What is going on, everyone? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and we got Dingleberry Weston back here. Hope you guys are all having a great start to the morning. I'm going to start sharing my screen again so you guys can see exactly what it is that we have going on here. Let's just make sure everything's looking good. I think I closed this one out. Let's see. Good morning. You guys all here? Can you guys all see everything okay? Let's see. There we go. All right. How do you guys feel about natural gas right now? So AMC broke above 1652. Let's go ahead and just break down very quickly on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, the series of futures, right? So let's go ahead and go to /CL. So /CL, you can see right now that it was, well, based off where it closed out on Friday and where it's at right now, it is obviously down. It looks like it's been showing signs of an uptrend pattern since, around 5 o'clock. It looks a little bit on the overextended side. It makes sense on why it can, go down or either continue to push up if it wants to change its overall direction. So I'm going to set an alert, and it looks like it's actually already selling off. So if it begins to sell off, then again, that would be in favor of DWT. If it begins to uptrend, then that's in favor of UWT, right? So those are the correlating ETFs. How's my Tesla doing? Again, kind of just consolidating overall low points. Actually, that's not too bad. Well, I mean, in the sense of it consolidating. The margin of profit isn't too big, but the pre-market lows are right around 267 and pre-market highs around 269, right? So again, being able to identify overall low points, overall high points. Margin of profit isn't huge, but it's something. /GC. What do you guys see with this? /GC. This is where it closed out on Friday, and where are we at? Showing signs of a downtrend, right? Making lower lows, making lower highs, trading between the middle and bottom VWAP, and the overall SMA line still pointing down. So that should be in favor of ticker symbol JNUG. Let me check this out. Where's JNUG at? Yeah, so I'm sorry. JNUG should be following, so that means that JDST should be the one that's pushing up. Here we go. Yeah, JDST up almost 5% on the day. So again, this is the one that's currently trending up. So as long as /GC continues to sell off, then again, that is in favor of JDST. /NQ, NASDAQ, ETF, right? A lot of consolidation, overall high points, overall low points. Easy to identify that. So that's decent on that. And then we got good old /NG. What is this one doing? I need you guys to make sure, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, or if you guys have been tuning in for a regular basis, right? We want to make sure that, we participate. So if you guys don't talk, then nor will I. Good morning. What's going on, Angie? What's up? What's going on, Teddy Diaz? Overextended. Emiliano, Michael's downtrending first time. What's going on, Snake Venom Gaming? What's up? /NG downtrending, consolidation, selling off, pulling back, consolidating, first time in the LPP group. What's going on, Spencer? Welcome. Jackson, there we go. 5% margin of profit today on UGAZ for potential recovery if it recovers, right? If it shows any indication of that. /NG consolidating at the base. Okay, broken past pattern. Okay. Reaching support, selling off. I've shown up. What's going on, Jamel? What's up? /CL. Okay, so that means it began to show signs of an uptrend. So what I'm gonna wait here for is for /NG to try to push up. I would like to see this thing push up, become a little bit more on the overextended side, something similar to this, right? So when it pushes up, it becomes overextended. You can see that with the MACD. We're already seeing that with the MACD, so I just need a little bit more. And by pushing up and the overall direction being down, I can buy the dip on DGAZ. And because the direction is down on this, the direction on DGAZ should be up, right? So where's that at? So we should see that this thing has been trading around the middle and top VWAP, making higher highs and higher lows. We got EE that just broke above its resistance, so let's check that out. Super low volume, so this wouldn't be something that I would even want to touch right now. So I'm gonna set my alert on this. Diaz almost up 5%. Oh, there he goes, 5% on the day. That's so cool. There we go. It looks like Diaz might already start getting rejected. What do you guys feel about that? Or how do you guys feel about that? Diskin Young, what's going on? First time. Welcome, welcome. What do you think about you guys? Well, I look at /NG to decide what I think about you guys. Give it some time. We'll see. Yep. So we can see right now. You could. So why would I, looking at previous patterns and how it pushed up, I think that it might not even begin to push up. And the reason why is look at the MACD already. The MACD is already overextended. The RSI has been consolidated already for some time. So I think the sell-off is going to continue. I don't think this time it's going to even give it the chance to recover because it consolidated for too long of a time. Look at all this, right? It's been consolidating for about 15 to 20 minutes. The times that it's tried to go up, there it goes. So there it goes. It's starting to sell off a little bit. Let's see what happens. There we go. But does that make sense? Does it make sense on I want to ask you guys, on a technical standpoint, again, natural gas is besides the point. When it comes down to an analysis and being able to do this every single time that, you're looking at a stock to potentially trade, do you understand why I was hesitant to even think that natural gas was going to push up, right? Because the MACD is already overextended. In my eyes, there's less likelihood for this thing to continue to uptrend because there's already, indication of a resistance and this thing already being overextended. So it makes sense on if this thing is beginning to already sell off for the MACD, then it makes sense on why the overall pattern could follow. Huge sell-off on Tesla. Hooey. Okay, I'm going to buy the dip on Tesla. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go in with, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go in with 100 shares. So I'm going to turn on my level 2 just so you guys can see the spread. Whoa. What's going on here? Here we go. All right, trying to get filled. Let's see. All right, got filled at 26347 on Tesla. How you doing?
I'm just
struggling. Yeah, so if you wanted to go like that, so again, we use the hotkeys. So you go here, you click edit, 100%, 100 shares, auto, and you can click level 2 just so you can see where this stuff is at, right?
Right.
So right now the level 2, the spread is in between. This one's a little messed up. Let's see. Yeah, we can just click continue. Yeah, so 26380 is right now where you got filled with 100 shares.
Oh, me too?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it quick. Okay.
So we use hotkeys, remember?
Yeah, I didn't use that.
Yeah, it's Weston trading today. So look, it's already beginning to push up, so it's showing signs of a potential, reversal. So I'm up about $60. I'm going to add more to my position size. I don't think you should.
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure that that's clear.
Right.
Let's see. Brendan, you cracked me out. That's hilarious. But again, thank you again for that call out. So my plan to exit this one is going to be close to or near to this overall EMA line. So we just broke above 264 for Tesla. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably stop with the 200 shares of Tesla. I would get your limit order ready. So remember we clicked command, that's about to buy more. So exit that.
Oh yeah, that's command.
Yeah, so command S, right? Because that's sell.
Option S.
Option S, yeah, sorry about that. Click edit.
Okay.
/CL just broke below 6340. Click 100%, so just click that one more time. No, like where those, yeah, 100%, and then click limit order. So click where it says market, and then click limit.
Okay,
and then now
exactly
you control it. So now it says 26379, put 265. So just change the 3 to a 5. So that should be that general area of where you potentially want to get rid of it. So just confirm it, 26579, click.
So it automatically sells as soon as it hits breaks above that.
Yes, when it hits that specific order. So
Send
click
it.
send. You're going to see your order there. So anytime that you want to change it,
And
you
this
just
is
drag
where it's
and
at.
drop. Yeah, so you can actually hold it, drop it if you wanted to sell it right away.
Earlier. If
Yeah.
you wanted to reduce the price.
Yep.
So sick.
Okay.
That's so much more convenient than the way I was doing it.
Yep. Here we go. So I'm going to set a series of alerts. We got Big Boy Wes. For those that tuned in a little bit late, I don't know if you guys could see him, but he's right there. But yeah, just wanted to help him out real quick. So right now, Tesla is still showing signs of a sell-off. Looks like it's still getting rejected. We might have to give it a little bit more time. Could you explain your thought process on this one? Yeah, it would be more of a dip buy. Because it sold off so aggressively, it makes sense on why it can begin to recover even in the slightest form. So the margin isn't necessarily the biggest part. It's just being able to identify when something is viewed as somewhat of a decent deal. So we can go on the 5-day, 5-minute chart and try to look at overall low points, overall high points. And I've been watching Tesla every single day, since I've been swing trading it. So even if we go on the 20-day, 1-hour chart, I could still, identify the low points, high points. It usually normally gets rejected around the overall SMA line when it becomes overextended. So that's more of a swing trade, and that's not my intentions by any means. And because it's a higher cap stock, again, if it doesn't go according to plan, I could always manage my risk accordingly. And look, it actually just began to sell off. So it just broke that support of 26997. There it goes, 26241. I want to see exactly why it's selling off. Would it be, so it's at 262. I'm not too sure if the news that is being, yeah, I can't imagine that the Volkswagen thing being something that's driving the price down. Elon won't shut up on Twitter. Let's see. That'd be pretty interesting to check out. But do you see, this is a huge reason on why I think, do you see how it sold off? And it sold off pretty quickly. And this is Tesla, which is a pretty larger cap stock. And this is for everyone, right? One of the reasons that I find that to be so much easier to trade, because let's say you bought where you bought, right? You bought around 263 or something like that. Correct. And it sold off how it did. That whole thing that it sold off, even if you sold at the very bottom, that's less than 1%.
Yeah, because it's,
Yeah, so if you're trading with a smaller dollar amount and you're just wanting to become familiar with entry points and exit points, being able to trade larger cap stocks just gives you more time, right, to decide where to enter and where to exit. And even if it does sell off quickly, how Tesla did, the margins aren't huge.
Yeah.
Right? So it just makes it that much easier for you to not lose your butt when it comes down to trading. And on top of that, if it wasn't Tesla, right, usually it doesn't sell off that quickly. Tesla has to be a pretty volatile, larger cap stock, in my opinion. And you guys can feel free to share your own, but there's not many that are like Tesla or as big that I think move as aggressively or as volatile. What's going on, Thomas? Welcome. So here we go again, heading back to that 262 area. We broke that support. Here we go. So for my overall entry point, see where we're headed.
Boy.
if you ever want to check where you entered, you can click active trader. And then you can see that your overall purchase price is that. That's how many shares you have, and that's how much you're down right now.
Okay.
$1.60. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
That's okay.
All right. How are you down 1.6%? Oh, did you hold it overnight or something, or? And it's up to you. Again, if you think Tesla's breaking a pattern, or Tesla again is doing something that's very unexpected, then again, that's up to you. The overall direction of Tesla is trending down, right? We've talked about that multiple times with the overall SMA line and stuff like that. But again, you don't want to panic sell. You want to make sure that there's a reason behind your exit. If there's a break of pattern, and again, the pattern that you originally saw value in is no longer relevant, or there's a news that is released out that, you think that's detrimental to the company, then so be it. Then, managing risk is definitely very important in that sense. If you're just selling because you're like, oh no, I don't know what's going on, then I don't know originally like why you would have entered, right?
Dude, what happened to my screen?
You have to zoom out.
Oh, it's so far in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was like, man.
Go on the 1 day, 1 minute chart.
Thought I was. Oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
Zoom out a little bit. You don't have to go in so much. And again, you could see my screen, and we're seeing this right now. So on /NG, I'm actually surprised on how much it's pushed up. Do you guys see how much it's pushed up? So that means that DGAS should have pushed down quite a bit, which I think is decent. What I'm going to do on over here is, let's see. What is going on, Juan? What's up, my guy? Yeah, so I can see that the MACD is peeking out a little bit. I'm just going to buy 100 shares. I'm going to buy 100 shares where it's at right now. So I'll put that at 113.70. So I'm going to put that there. Again, I'm just going to wait off and see if, natural gas continues to sell off or push up. And the more that it pushes up, the more that will sell off. So here we go. We're still making lows on Tesla.
Would it be like dumb in theory? Like, couldn't you technically average down?
Yeah, but not. Yeah. It's downtrending. So like, think about it like for you, like if it's like a car, right? So if it's a car that you originally put in $5,000, and then when you're like working on it to fix it up, it just continues to have more issues.
Yeah.
Would that be something that you would want to continue to dump money into?
No.
Probably not, right?
Well, yeah, depending on the margin.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, if you wanted to go in for a swing trade on Tesla.
Then, a swing trade would be like if it had a great margin, or you thought it had a great.
That had margin for overall, like, long-term recovery, right? So, I could see why people would see that, but we did not take that original position. Like, we have to be real with ourselves, and, like, we did not take that position as a swing trade. We took it as a day trade. So if we see that it's selling off and stuff like that, and that it continues to sell off, we could see, so look at the past 5 day, 5 minutes, we did just make overall lows. So we are at the 5 day, 5 minute low. So if it continues with this overall direction, then cutting losses wouldn't be the worst, idea. So there it goes. It just pushes up so quickly. And based off of my overall purchase price and where it's at right now, I think I'm down like 0.5% or 0.6%. And in my eyes, that's not a lot. Yeah. If it is for you, then again, that's where I would cut losses. But
if it was like 5, I'd probably start getting.
Oh, 5%? Hell yeah. That's our goal for the week. Yeah. So let's not do that. Here we go. So DS is already beginning to push up. I'm gonna add just a little bit more to my position size here. So I don't know if you want to trade DGAS with us as well. It's up to you.
I'm going to focus on Tesla.
Alrighty. And actually, because Tesla sold off so much, that would actually be interesting. What would you guys think about that? If he would just go and imagine if he just took one position, because his goal is 5%. I don't think there's any way Tesla would gain 5% unless it completely changes its overall direction, which I think is Yeah, I don't know about that, but on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, from where it's at right now, I mean, we got in at around $63, right? So let's just do 63.40. And if it were to recover, let's see where 5% would be. I mean, it's not unreal. That's where it was 3 days ago. But just imagine just having to take one position. What do you guys think about that? There's no indication of a
there, I was around that area.
So you could also go like this. So if you wanted to be able to see exactly where you entered, you can click here to click show trades and then click OK.
Oh, okay,
and then it
cool.
shows you exactly
cool.
where you entered.
Oh, this is fun.
You like it?
Let's go.
There's not enough people participating, not enough people talking in the chat today. It's kind of like, what the heck?
We're pushing up.
We're pushing up.
I bought right here on Tesla.
So Tesla is a downtrending stock. Why take a position? So again, I went in for it as a dip buy opportunity. So I saw how aggressively it sold off. I made it super clear that, again, this is something that doesn't need to recover, but I took the risk of getting in to try to sell for a profit. So that's a risk that I was willing to take. Again, it's not something that you have to do, especially as a newer trader. If you don't have any experience doing it, then either don't do it or approach it with caution, right? But it didn't show any signs of a downtrend. Again, I saw it as a dip buy. So I bought my initial purchase price, right, the $25,000, at a price point that I thought was very oversold. So yes, there's no indication. It's like my first entry. It's to get some skin in the game. I can go in with another position and then another position. And again, because Tesla moves in very small margins, it pushes up 1% or pushes down 1%. So if I'm in with $25,000 and it pushes down 1%, that's only $250 that I've lost for the potential to make, for all that recovery. So holy moly, Diaz, you see that? Oh, what are we up?
Feeling better. Did you see what they said? Go in on all Tesla, 100% guaranteed profit.
No.
That's so funny.
So Diaz, natural gas just shot up. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, but wow, this thing definitely. Shoot, that would have been so nice. Ooh. I don't know why your Tesla thing doesn't show real-time quote. Like, it doesn't show the.
It's not real time?
Well, it doesn't show its price.
I don't know. It's supposed to be right here.
Yeah, like on mine. It says it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. So Ricky, can you elaborate a little bit on your thinking when it comes down to position sizing and risk management? If it's my okay, and that's gonna be a little bit more difficult, and that's something that Weston and I were talking about, because with paper trading, the default settings give you $200,000. I know that there's a way to change that. So if you still wanted to not be under the PDT rule, but didn't want to trade with $200,000, because first of all, that's like, a lot of money that maybe you don't even want to be in real life trading with. One thing that I would do is I would maybe adjust that dollar amount to maybe like, $30,000 or $35,000, something above $25,000 that gives you some cushion so you don't fall below it. But also when it comes down to overall position sizes, I usually like to split it up into 3 or into 4 sections. So I hope that that's something that makes sense. Here, do this. So you have to go to trade for the day to your monitor, and then click options that says manage account. So where does it say trade for the days? We'll have to do that later. Oh, here we go. Gonna do it with 50,000?
Yes, yeah. I don't want anything like unrealistic right now. I don't want to go in at $200,000 and
Yeah.
just kind of be like, oh.
There we go. So now it's with 50,000. Okay.
Perfect. So we'll see what we end up with at the end of the week.
Yep. Here we go. Tesla's still showing signs of rejection. So do you see this? So it's still showing signs of a downtrend. What about Tesla is showing signs of a downtrend right now? What about it? What do you see that it's showing signs of a downtrend with Tesla?
I mean, it sold off this morning. It's tried to consolidate for a second, then it sold off again.
But what about it right now? So like, Wes, what about it right now? So yes, it's downtrending. We talked about the sell-off. Yes, we can see that that's downtrending. It's trading between the middle and bottom VWAP, downtrending. But what's showing signs of a rejection right now? What indicator?
Oh, the middle VWAP.
The EMA line. So do you see how it sold off? It tried to recover, and then as it touched and approached that general area, sometimes it's above, sometimes it's below, but that EMA line, it's showing indication of a resistance.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the overall direction of Tesla is not changed. So this is where you might want to I'm not saying for every instance, but just, at least understand that, okay, we're seeing signs of a resistance around Tesla. So if it continues to sell off and then it sells off again and gets rejected, then hey, it's showing signs of rejection, and a continuous downtrend. So this might give you a reason why to maybe cut losses on Tesla and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it just pushed up. So as that was a bad example. But I just want to make sure that you're not always just well, I hope it goes well and stuff like that.
No. I understand.
Okay. Here we go. Just going to give it more time. Hey, what's going on, Curtis? What's up? And you guys all got it right. So yeah, EMA line pointing down, rejected by the EMA line. I appreciate you guys helping out. I just want to make sure that we have a general understanding of kind of what's going on, right? So, Ricky, are you planning on day trading Tesla or swing trading? Yeah, so I made sure that I explained that I am solely focusing on day trading Tesla. So that's something that I was talking to Weston about yes, you can swing trade it, but when we got into Tesla, our original plan was not swing trading it. So it was just more of something that we were elaborating on. All right, so you're calling out UWT. Let's check out /CL then, if you're calling out. Here we go. So UWT, okay, it makes sense. So now it's pushing up. It's showing signs of an uptrend pattern, which should be in favor of UWT, right? But again, look at previous patterns. What do you guys see with /CL? As we approach 638, what happens based off previous patterns? It becomes overextended and most likely get rejected. Even where it's at right now. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD. Yes, it's pushing up, but just be clear that you understand when it's a good deal and when it's oversold. Exactly. You guys all have it, right? UWT pumping, that's great. But as it continues to become and get higher and higher, then guess what? What should be on the back of your head? If you're in UWT right now, and as it approaches getting higher and higher, what should you at least have in the back of your head? Not necessarily DWT, but that you should lock in profits soon. And there it goes. It's beginning to show signs of resistance, right? Lock in profits, yeah. Or yeah, you can have DWT in mind, but that's a little bit later on down the road, right? So we're right around that general area of where we got in at. So one thing I also want to point out. So look at this.
I lower my limit. More towards the.
Well, why would you do that? Do you want to get out?
No, I was gonna play it more safe and keep it closer to the.
Okay. What would you put the limit at right now? So 26422. You got in at
the percentage gain's not much though. So
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost like.
So if anything, I mean, it's up to you, right? But if anything, if the risk is not even worth it, then maybe in that sense, it's better just to
get out.
Get out altogether.
Yeah, because I'm only down.
Down
not much.
Like 60 cents or something, right? Well, click on Active Trader real quick. Mm-hmm. Hunter's like, Wes has to.
Oh, I'm down to $83, right?
Yeah. Well, how did that update so differently? Wasn't it earlier that you were down $1.60?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It wasn't 160, was it?
No. So let's just give it a little bit more time to identify its direction. One thing that I do want to point out is look at the MACD. Look at the MACD. What do you see with the MACD right now going on with Tesla?
I'm not that I never used MACD whenever I first did this, for 3 weeks.
Okay, well, it's showing signs. So the MACD, when it pushes up and it shows signs of an uptrend, then that indicates that, the trend might continue to go up. But when it peaks out and then begins to trend down, then it means that the pattern might follow. So this is showing signs that, when it's peaked out already, that the pattern might be peaked out and that it might be a decent idea to lock in profits. Here we go. Tesla pushing up. DGAS pushing up, sorry. Here we go. So again, looking at /NG, I am in ticker symbol DGAS right now. As natural gas became more overextended, I felt like I saw value in DGAS, and that's why I decided to take the position. Can you guys give me and share with me two positive things about natural gas and two negative things about natural gas, right? So I'll start with the first one. Right now, natural gas is downtrending on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. So in between the middle and bottom VWAP, the overall direction, I don't care what it's doing right now in the past 5 minutes, but in the overall direction for the past at least 5 hours, it's downtrending, right? So what's now another negative thing and then two positive things? Overall downtrend, yep.
Boy, we might need to cut losses.
Where's it at?
It's consistently.
It's still around that general area. But yeah, if you would like to.
Can I just lower this, technically?
Yeah.
Oh, man, there we go.
I remember why I stopped.
Should I just cut it now, you think? Or
you can sell it at a market order.
Yeah, alright, we're going to watch it push up. I'm sending it.
Alright, so you can see your order right there. The volume difference, okay. Yep.
Wow, I sold, huh?
Yep.
Watch it go.
You sold that what?
Oh, my.
MACD downtrending, yep. So there's some good things and some bad things, and I'll point them out, right? So right now in the past at least 30 minutes, natural gas has tried to change its overall direction. Very similar to how it did a little bit earlier, right? When it was making higher highs and higher lows. The ultimate direction as of right now, that pattern still has not been broken, is still down though, because right now it's still trading in between the middle, right? And bottom VWAP. So it's still downtrending ultimately. And this is so confusing. And this is why I don't even like to draw these chart lines anymore, because it just overcomplicates it. And if I'm explaining it to a complete beginner and they see all these lines, they're like, what the heck is all this stuff going on? Again, it's very easy for me to see the downtrend, right? The overall direction. And I just try to focus on the high points and the low points. So if it's a descending pattern, I try to, straighten it out and try to think of it as a horizontal pattern that's obviously slanted, but then try to think of the high points and the low points. And right now, again, it made sense to me why when natural gas was pushing up and became overextended, it made sense on why I could buy the dip on TGAS. I'm just explaining why I decided to buy. I want you guys to know that just because I decided to enter doesn't mean that it's a good deal or something that you should do whatsoever, because just as much as it can go down, it could go up as well. And I think the biggest focus, again, just making sure that you understand what it is that you are doing. So when /NG is selling off like that, when would you lock in profits if you did a swing trade over the weekend? Are you talking about, what are you on, UGAS or DGAS? There we go. So natural gas selling off some more, which is in favor of DGAS. So we should be pushing above 114 very quickly. So I'm not up very much. I'm actually down $1, dang. It's because I added to my position size at a higher price point, so Dingleberry Rick at your service. So I was in DGAS over the weekend. So Brandon, all right, this is a good one, and we're going to end it with this because now we just passed the 30-minute mark. So Brandon, I'm going to focus on you today. You were in for a swing trade. DGAS pushed up, right? So our sole focus is, at least for me, and again, Brandon, if this is not you, this is just me sharing my opinion, so I want to make sure that that's clear. My sole focus, especially, let's say that I'm Brandon. I'm someone that, I don't know how long you've been trading for, Brandon, but let's just say that you just kind of got started the past couple of months, right? My sole focus is to not discourage myself. I swung something over the weekend and I'm opening up almost 5% in the green. Now, I just want to make sure that I get out at a decent price point. I made a majority of the margin. Much more isn't going to make me much happier. And again, I want to focus on long-term growth, as in something that not to try to maximize like just every percentage. So what I would do is I would look at /NG, and as this thing is pushing up or pushing down, one of my main focuses would have been like, okay, well then I want to sell when natural gas is super oversold, right? Because the more oversold natural gas is, the more degas pushed up. So it would have made sense to me that when natural gas was selling off and then the market opened, and then I see that the MACD is already showing signs of a reversal, it's trying to build a support, and it's beginning to push up, that would have been an indication for me that, hey, natural gas is starting to recover. Now it might make sense for me to lock in profits on degas. Because if the overall direction changes and then this thing begins to push up, then that means that you begin to give back some of your profits. So my biggest focus every single time that I either day trade or swing trade is not trying to maximize every single position and every single entry or exit, but it's making sure that I enter and that I exit at price points that make sense when it comes down to getting in for a good deal and selling for a profit. So I was on you guys over the weekend and I'm down. When do I get out? That's something that I don't understand. What indication, especially for natural gas, on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, gave you the idea that it was a good swing trade? And I'm not even saying degas was even a good swing trade either. I've explained it so many times. The reason that I don't swing trade is because the patterns have become so inconsistent. I can almost see why someone would want to do it on degas because the overall direction is up, right? And that's just this data right here, because this never happened, right, until now. So just looking at this, it was showing signs of an uptrend. So yes, I kind of see it, but still, it's so inconsistent. So what gave you the assumption that it was a good idea to hold this overnight? We've talked about it multiple times. The criteria for swing trading is because you see there to be a greater good in the potential for recovery, right, or profit, that something can happen over the weekend that can drive the prices up. But there's no indication of that. If anything, natural gas sold off on Friday. So I just don't get that. And that's where it kind of comes in when it comes down to like having a general understanding of, maybe what's your max dollar loss. But again, that would have been completely thrown out the door when, degas opened down nearly 5%. So right now it actually looks like it's trying to change its overall direction. Looking at natural gas, I don't know if you're into the PD2 rule or not, but one of my main focuses is, again, if you understand this overall pattern and how natural gas is downtrending, being able to identify the high points, being able to identify the low points, then you can make the decision on where to exit and where to enter. But yeah, just wanted to make sure that, we cover this. So let's not talk about this. That's not appropriate. Yeah, so I follow natural gas news and it was slightly in favor. Again, so if you think that news is so relevant that it's worth the risk of holding it overnight, then so be it. I just don't ever see value in something like that. It just doesn't make too much sense to me because it might be, could be some news and that could be hopeful, but there's no indication when it comes down to the overall patterns. In my opinions, again, but I'm much more of a technical trader, patterns are much more important to me because there's some form of confirmation or indication of a potential reversal, right, or a potential downtrend, because you could see that based off of the pattern and the action. When it comes down to news, it's all speculation of what can or cannot happen or forecast. So, just make sure that next time you're at least aware of that, and that at least the direction is in your favor. Not try to get lucky, or if a day trade turned into a swing trade. So I'm still happy that you were able to get. One of your biggest struggles when you're just getting started, Wes, was cutting losses, right?
Yeah. Well,
so even if
panic selling probably.
Yeah, even if so kind of like today.
But I was doing it with like
lower cap stocks.
While I was swing trading, I wouldn't necessarily panic. I mean,
what's going on, Jacob?
Being able to read that's pretty tough on swing trade sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you can't get in, it just opens up and you're just like, all right.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, if anything, like, yes, we have a goal of you for 3%. I have a goal for you of like 5%. Regardless, even if we end up like breaking even or getting close to that 3% goal,
we're fine.
I think my biggest thing is like for you, is because I know managing risk was such like a difficult obstacle for you to, and I'm not saying that like that was a very difficult obstacle for myself. How many of you guys struggle to sometimes cut losses? What's going on, Ace? Matt Dodtree, my guy. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
I did best when I would get in and out real quick, but I would make sure it was like appropriate. Like in my eyes, it was appropriate. Like it was pushing up.
Yeah, more of a momentum.
But it was more of a like it'd push up, so I'd get out in and out in like 5 minutes. But it'd be like 2-3% gain, so it's kind of a risky. Like
extremely volatile. Yeah.
Yeah, extremely volatile.
Yeah, I mean
it's probably not the smartest thing, but
I mean you can try that. Did you understand why it was going up?
Yeah. All the indicators. I mean, it was safe. I looked at the 180 day. Like, was it an uptrending stock?
Okay.
Stuff like that. I was like.
Yeah, I mean, we can try to explore those series of different options, but to push up 2 to 3% in 5 minutes, I mean, that's pretty aggressive. So.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it was probably 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as we like slowly begin to like refine, some areas of opportunity for yourself, so like managing risk, I still think that you did a decent job. Like if you didn't feel comfortable with the overall direction, you're right. I mean, the overall direction is not in our favor. So maybe when Tesla is more trending up, right? So it's sold off. Maybe when it's more indicating signs of an uptrend, then that's something that you would feel a little bit more comfortable being a part of. So, definitely like as long as we focus on that, I think that's good. But yeah, we've been live for about 42 minutes. What is going on, Alfred? Do you guys have any goals? I just want to talk about before we tune on off or out for the live stream. Do you guys have any goals for this upcoming week? What are your goals for this upcoming week? So I did see someone ask about the $1,000 challenge for the winner. I'm still going through the series of direct messages, and we have to catch up on that. Then we're going to be picking one lucky member. Not lucky, it's whoever did the best within Learn Plan Profit. I am struggling to come up with my daily goal. That's something that's going to come out with time. So Omar, I would focus less right now. I would focus much more on just trading quality stocks, and then you could see after time what you are achieving on a weekly basis, and then you can have a daily goal, and then from there you can create a more realistic daily goal that you would like to set for yourself. So a lot of you guys have a series of set goals. Make $100 this week. All right. Jamel, you crack me out, man. Teddy, yes, he did reply. I like that. Okay. You mentioned that you're redoing the LPP course. Again, I will keep you up to date when I begin to change the videos. So that's just something that I'll give you guys updates on when the time comes. Wes looks tired. Hang in there. I never don't look tired, right? I think because I just struggle with my sleep, but I don't think waking up early is anything that's ever really that enjoyable. It feels like being productive, but yeah.
It makes me feel better. Throughout the day.
Throughout the day, in the sense of wow, I was
getting stuff done.
I was productive, but it definitely does not make you feel better.
I woke up at 2 this morning. I don't know what happened.
I like that, Albert. That should be a goal, I think, in my opinion, if I can, for a lot of people. Albert says, my goal is to lock in profits when I know I should and not be greedy and hope for a higher sell price. I think that should be a goal for a lot of you. If you guys have been struggling to consistently stay green, even to grow your account, if you were red last week and you've been red consistently, My biggest focus, if I was in your shoes, would be to lock in profits at any indication of a resistance. Any indication. Your sole focus should be not being red. Your sole focus should be selling when there's an indication of a resistance. So as long as you're comfortable, right? So make sure that your position size isn't something that's going to devastate you and make you uneasy. So whenever it is that you do feel ready, then again, let's just lock it in. So thank you guys again so much for your time. I hope you guys had fun. I'll keep you guys. Here we go. Where are we at? Keep you guys up to date with the overall direction of what it is that I'm trading. So again, right now, natural gas is kind of just consolidating. It's actually almost trying to build a support. So this puts D-gas right around 13.79. So again, just consolidating quite some bit. And then the other position that I took this morning is ticker symbol Tesla, right? So Tesla, we try to buy the dip. Right now, it's still selling off. Again, it's doing a lot of consolidation. It's still trading in between the middle and bottom VWAP. So again, no indication and no signs of an uptrend. Just like I explained before I took the position, I took it as a dip buy opportunity. Ended up selling off a little bit more. Again, you win some, you lose some. Just wanted to share my overall experience. I'm down based off of my original entry point about a little bit over 0.6%, so less than 1%. So again, not bad. Still managing my risk accordingly, and I'll keep you guys up to date with that. So, are you swing trading Tesla? I am not. No. So if you tuned in earlier or you were paying attention, then you would have seen that I explained that it was just a day trade. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be closing my positions all in the next probably like 1 to 2 hours. I'll probably be done trading the next couple of minutes or less, next couple of hours. And I'll keep you guys up to date with what I'm watching and stuff like that. So I appreciate your guys' time. Continue working hard. Continue following dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green up. Take it easy, team.